Okay, it looks like I'm streaming. 14 seconds in. Okay. All right. I want to present a case about you know, how do I bring up the chat window? That's something I really, settings, stream, output, audio. That's something I don't fully grasp. The chat window only seems to come up when I'm restarting the whole thing. Jeez. Maybe I'll just take a minute to look. All right, I need a second here. How to show chat window OBS on screen. Okay, open a browser. Open a browser to the Stream Elements websites and log in. Okay. Stream Elements, the ultimate streamer platform. Select streaming tools, overlay. How to add chat to OBS. I just want to show the chat at least. Stream Elements. Select streaming tools, overlays from the Stream Elements page menu. Well, I guess that's a little more than I expected to see. Well, this is a surprise. I didn't expect. I just kind of expected things to work. Okay, I can see chat on the website. Oh yeah, it's Halloween. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm showing off I'm highlighting this library pretty good. Stream Elements. YouTube. Okay. Looks like it might be an easy connection. Allow. Stream Elements. I just allowed things. Increase your viewer engagement with a chat bot. Okay. Connect your PayPal account. What about you're just a few clicks away from streaming glory? Tipping. I guess maybe streaming tools? Probably overlay. Overlay for the stream. Create a new overlay. Man, it's just I guess it's just a silly chat. I don't know. Start the tour maybe later. Add widgets, alert engagements. Okay, wait. Set the overlay. Create chat. Click on add widgets. I don't see any custom widgets. Merchandise. Oh, add widget. Okay. Oh, that's chat. super chats, total and your streams chats. All right. Please fill out chat. Window capture. So what is this all about? You can make a, wait a second. Those look like, oh, those look like the chats. Nice costume. All right. Well, how do I get this just as a screen by itself then? So now I have dark chat up, but it's on the website, and I want to put, yeah, it's cold. It's cold. What are these? Fill to screen? Fit to screen. Reset zoom. There's got to be preview. Export overlay. Open a new tab. All right. What do I do then? Just kind of make it bigger? Put it off to the side like this? Is that it? Just, that's the chat right there. Oh, but all right, there's chat. Wow, that is something else. And stream overlay. Okay. All right, so this live stream is about a situation going on in Natchitoches with the city court. Still, they got some real problems down there, not recording. The way it looks is upon Judge Owsley's election, after his election, he okay, I don't want to lose. So, oh my God. Okay, I know what's gonna happen. All right, can I pull this off? I know what's gonna happen, and what's gonna show. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's gonna stay with that. Okay, well then it's gonna have to be a separate window. Let me just. So it's going to be a separate window chats, until I figure that out better. Window capture, and then just that window, and just make it bigger. There's the chat. Probably doesn't need to be so big. All right. The city court was not recording anything. They claim that it was a like a malfunction, which, I mean, I would like to know more. That opens up more questions than anything with this electronic malfunction. All right, they just want to say that and leave it at that, but that's not good enough. They need to explain exactly what, because they're using a couple of different ways of record, or I mean, there were a couple of different ways that they were conducting trials in the courtroom or on that website, the that chat website, whatever it's called, and so they have a couple of different ways that it sounds like they they need to be depositions, okay. Um, Geez, I'm forgetting everything here. So I need to write things down. All right, let's see. City court clerk needs to be depositions. This is my opinion. Okay, because we need to find out why. Because it's not clear enough what electronics she was using that failed. Shenita, okay, her name is Shenita Goston. City Court Clerk Shenita Goston needs to be depositions, or even Judge Owsley, really. All right, because it sounds like the previous two trials that happened in Judge Owsley's court really may have been on Zoom, where the two defendants were found guilty, and yeah, nothing was recorded. And I wonder if she tried to record on. Did she try to record? Does she claim that her recordings failed on Zoom? Okay. Did her recording of the trial transcript fail because of Zoom? How hard is it to get a recording off of Zoom? All right. or was it in in the courtroom recording device? All right. That's the question to ask. Everything for a year. All right. They're all. It sounds like the whole time Judge Owsley was in office before my arrest. So for 2 years, let me just for 2 years before this is roughly, I think, before my arrest on January 22 or 23, 2022, there were no recordings of trials. All right, and I have a couple the dates for those trials. All right, and I put it on WordPress, AccuMag Net at Word. Is that it? Oh yeah, cops will block you. Maybe I could just no ask. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, I'll just copy and paste. So we got a couple of dates here. How does that show? Yeah, it kind of shows okay. So yeah, isn't that amazing? Time we live in, every court should be audio, video, live streams. Um, you know that they yell at you about bringing in your own voice recorder, and then they fail. That's because Judge Owsley was not recording anything up until uh, January 23, up until about February when I had my first hearing. My first hearing was recorded, and I was getting warned about recording myself. But he wasn't recording at all in any way before me. He just suddenly decided with me that it was important to record and important to tell me not to record. It's important because he recorded every one of my hearings, and you could see on dates here. Milton Williams had a couple. This is his docket. Okay, and then Eldred Conley has his docket, and then their dates. They're before me, right? And Eldred Conley was like 23, about 20 days before me, and that was a failed. These are failed recording. These are hearings. These are trials that were failed to record. All right, before me, I'm I was I was one I was one yeah about 23, and then 2022. So somehow in that time between the January 1st, New Year's on 2022, Judge Owsley and Shenita Goston, the city court, figured out how to record. They figured it out within the month, all right, for my first hearing. And my first hearing was about February. It was about 2 weeks after my arrest or so, 1 week or so. So they figured it out within a month. Something happened there. And they need to be depositioned. They need to be asked further what happened exactly. How did they figure this out? All right, because it's like a miracle. Suddenly, they start no transcripts available for hearings or trials. Yeah, there's no transcripts because they're not recording. So, correction on me? Don't they? Apparently, there's a law, all right, that says that Shenita's like bound by law that she has to record, and I have that uh, in an email. I can pull up this. Oh no. Okay, I think I know. I'm gonna have to do some searching, I guess. Let's see. Alright, oh, yep, right there. No, it's up one actually. Okay, nope. Okay, in Louisiana, Article 843. There we go. We're going into the. Alright, let me just bring this up. Here is the law that says that all In felony cases, in cases involving violation of an ordinance, which is misdemeanors, in felony and misdemeanor cases enacted and on the motion of the court. It doesn't say or on the motion of the court and on the motion of the court. Okay. See, this is why the prosecutor argues that you have to file a motion to record your trial. This is, I mean, why would because the lawmakers are saying that you have to make a motion, apparently. All right? You also have to make a motion, which I didn't do. I didn't make any motion for the court to record any of my hearings, or I could make a motion to not record. Maybe they got that on record. Maybe they got something about the defendants made a motion to not have this recorded. That would be quite an argument. Go the opposite way. I mean, the recorder should take notes, but the transcript comes from the recordings. Yeah, so does Shenita have any notes? That's why they need to be deposed to find these notes on these hearings. Depose Judge Owsley and depose Shenita, the clerk, and anybody else. I mean, maybe even the marshal. Anybody who was assigned on that day to sit in the trials of these two guys. But they say in motion of the court, which is interesting. This is written by lawmakers. Article 843 was written by lawmakers, I don't know, in 1974, and then revised 2001. So they said so if you have a trial, make a motion. I motion for this to be recorded. I made no motion. They just kind of did it. They've somehow miraculously figured it out. Because their excuse is not that the defendants didn't make a motion for the court to be recorded. Their Shenita's excuse is that let's see. I got that excuse. Let's see. Oh no. I just shrink that. Her excuse is this. This is her only message. She wants to keep it short and sweet for legal argument. Let me put it above. This is Shenita's response to my lawyer. Those recordings do not exist due to recording equipment failure due to the time of those trials. So they had a recording failure. This is what she's saying. Anybody saying things? Yeah, recorder Shenita needs to be fired. Well, she needs to be made an example of first. But I would go so far as to say the whole city court needs to be disbanded because they're screwing everything up. Just send everything over to the district court to be adjudicated. The city court's is not a mandatory system. They have to have notes. My wife did transcripts from recordings for years. You have to motion for a court reporter. Yeah, the court reporter, did sit in the court while I was having my hearings and trial, but with Milton Williams and Eldred Conley, that's the thing. You want to deposition her and ask Shenita, were you in the courtroom at the time? All right. So her response is she sat in the courtroom with a broken recorder. You have no backups. You only have one one broken recorder? What's the make and model of this unit? Is it on tape or something? I mean, what are you using exactly? So it's more, this answer needs to be fleshed out more. Due to the recording equipment failure, that equipment is what? And you just sat there. She sat there. She's happy to get paid, not doing anything. She'll just sit there and I don't know. Did she tell Judge Owsley that it was broken? Was Judge Owsley aware of this? You would think there'd be a little communication there. So she just kind of sat there. I think that's what she likes to do. Just sit there and just soak up the hourly money. Staring off into the and staring off out the windows. The windows are nice. Nice and open. You can watch what's going on outside and get paid. We have people. Am I a smoker? Well, I got a severe hiatal hernia. That's rough to deal with. So sitting is not ideal. I should be standing, because when I sit, I'm hunched over too much. Computer screen could be a little bit higher too. Let's see. So they have court reporter oversight, and somebody's got to look into this. They only started recording after I started raising a fuss. Yeah, she was taking orders to not record, right? Because it's orders of the court, on motion of the court. So Judge Owsley may have made that motion, all right? See, that's the thing about these things. Judge Owsley may have been the one who just said, I order you not to record, Shenita. On motion of the court, the state or the defendant in other misdemeanor cases tried in a district, parish, or city court, the clerk but only on order of motion. So Judge Owsley may not have gone on record to say, I motion to have all of Travis Hines' proceedings recorded, but he he insisted that I be recorded. All right, because I'm a recorder myself, I don't know, just so Judge Owsley made that motion on his own on my behalf. But can Judge Owsley overrule the defendants? All right, it says on motion of the court, the state, or the defendant. So it shouldn't be a situation where if the defendant motions to have their trial recorded, that the judge can overrule that. I overrule your recording. I overrule your motion to recording, and then just don't record. What happened? Shall record, including the examination of the jurors, witnesses, rulings, orders, charges by the court, and arguments of counsel. Yeah, everything, all the hearings, and then the trial. So that's it. It's on the motion. The prosecutors, when there's nothing recorded, the prosecutors argue that it's on the motion. But if you're denied a lawyer, then that conflicts with the motion order, because the judge is not your lawyer. So the judge could say, I don't want a motion. I don't want to order a recording of this trial, and you don't know any better. I mean, who knows that they need to make a motion to have their trial recorded? Who knows that? Milton Williams and Eldred Conley may have requested that the trial not be recorded. it's up to them. Um, you kind of want kind of want to deposition these guys too to find out what their intentions were. All right, they were. I mean, I would think they probably want it recorded because they were found guilty. I mean, they got the short end of this of the stick. They got the short end. They got the short. They got shorted. All right, on their trials. So they lost their trial. I mean, Judge Owsley ruled them to be guilty. So I would think that they would probably say that they wanted it recorded because they were guilty, so they owed fines or jail time. I forget the exact sentencing. That sentencing is in an old email somewhere. So you want to talk. I mean, these are a lot of people to ask for. Shenita Goston, Judge the harmful Judge Robert Owsley, and I mean it's synonymous. I mean it's great. His name is perfect for being labeled as harmful. Judge Ow. Just call him wait, Owsley? Let me get this. If I just took out the S and the L, it could be Judge Owie. Harmful Judge Owie. That would that would work out better. Very, very similar. So yeah, there's this motion of the court, and then this is Louisiana. I don't know if this is for all states. It could be, maybe not. So I just learned in Wisconsin that the clerk of courts will save recordings in their own homes. So if you wanted to look up something from 10 years ago, you would have to find the old clerk of court and visit them at their home and look in their basements for the old recordings, apparently. All right, and let's see. There's also a right to let's see. It's a case. Okay, right to judicial review. Okay, it's in the Louisiana Constitution. So the first law was for codes. Article 843 is a code. All right, but the Constitution is above that. So the Constitution, Article 1, Section 19, right to judicial review. No person shall be subjected to imprisonment or forfeiture of rights or property without the right of a judicial review, based upon a complete record of all evidence upon which the judgment is based. This right may be intelligently waived. So the right can be intelligently waived, just like the defendant can waive a recording of the proceedings. It sounds like a defendant can waive a recording of the proceedings with the rights of judicial review based upon a complete record of all evidence upon which the judgment is based. This right may be cost of transcribing. Okay, so then the argument comes down to can these guys make a timely appeal? And they didn't. But what about looking into these cases in other ways? All right. What about, in my case, wanting to look at these other trials and see what happened in them? See if anybody else was denied a free lawyer. All right. And we can't. So what are we supposed? How do we conclude? That's because my lawyer received 2 cases after my case and he got the transcripts, and it showed that they were denied lawyers. And then we had these 2 others before my case, before my arrest, and there's nothing. So what are we? How do you, if you wanted to really show that Judge Owsley is a bad actor in this, how do you present your case? You just kind of assume that the defendants didn't want their trials recorded, and just kind of not even use those trials as examples. We have there's four cases, including mine, that four trials, including mine, that Judge Owsley ruled on, and the 2 after me, 3 of us after Jan 2022 were denied lawyers, and then and we all were found guilty. We all were found guilty. 4 trials, including mine, that Judge Owsley ruled on. So 5 in all. 3 of us were denied. Were denied lawyers, as seen on the trial transcripts, and then but the previous 2 trials before mine were just were not recorded at all. So there's you got to wonder. You think there might be there's a pattern there. I mean, what Jack McKinney's trolling. So there's a pattern there, and if you wanted to present this to a higher court, to have the harmful Judge Owsley, what further label, what greater label can you attach to him? How about like the unemployed Judge Owsley? I mean, you start out. I mean, do you really start out as honorable? Are lawyers called honorable? Lawyers are like called esquire, and then if they get elected or appointed to their judgeship, then they lose the esquire title and go to honorable. But then they screw up behind the bench, and then they earn the label harmful by a higher court as one offense. Okay, one, and that only cost me $21,000, almost $22,000 to have Judge Owsley labeled as harmful. And then what? We discover that there appear to be a little bit more corruption going on, where as we look into other people similar to my experience in the Natchitoches City Court. I mean, how you just kind of like, you just have different levels of harmful. He's harmful. Judge Owsley's proven to be harmful with constitutional rights. Well, just pretty much just general constitutional rights uh, by denying lawyers. Um, I think denying transcripts. He ultimately has the last word on uh, whether transcripts are made or not. Harmful with constitutional rights by denying lawyers, denying transcripts. I mean he told me that the door swings both ways. Um, the the Third Circuit Appeals Court said that everything else that Judge Owsley did was fine. So, well, okay. So the only thing that Judge Owsley was found to be harmful with is denying one. He denied one lawyer, but he did more than that. But that was enough to reverse my case and have it reset for a new trial. So there's more to bring forth, but all the other stuff that I brought up, my lawyer brought up from my case, was ignored and deemed to be just deemed to be constitutional. They think that finding me guilty was based upon the information was reasonable. So that's that. Let's see. I'm just gonna look to see the names of these judges. I've been trying to keep information as orderly as possible, because these are judges. These are people. I mean, let's see. States. No, that's not it. Their ruling. It's short. And I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's Davis. All right. Appeals Court, State Supreme Court. Man, I haven't looked for this in a while. The Appeals Court. I don't think. Okay, that's not it. State Supreme Court. Hearings? Trial? Nope. I should have their ruling in here. If I don't, that's miscellaneous. Nope. Motion to stay sentence. But that's motion only. Okay, states, yes, I don't think it's other defendants. Sign. Court minutes. Okay, motion to vacate. No, that's only a motion, though. That's only a motion. I need their ruling. Motion to vacate, motion opposite. Nope. Nope. Second trial. Okay, maybe I need to find the ruling. Wow. All this paperwork and final reply, acknowledge, filed motion to vacate. That's not going to be, yeah, it's too much. Yeah, so I'm at a final. No, that's application. Other defendants acknowledge. Yeah, I seem to have a problem here. Okay. Well, is it possible to search in my mail? What would I? How about like Third Circuit? Third Circuit ruling? I don't. Um. What? Okay, maybe. Because this is really bothersome that I don't even have. Third Circuit ruling. Okay, writs. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's. Okay, Bailey Fifth. Response. Oh, okay, yeah, that's. All right. Well, I guess I just. It's something to be aware of that I don't. Or it's. Yeah, I seem to. I just can't. I can't. All I wanted to do is look at the lawyers' names or the judges' names, but I don't. I just haven't been keeping the record very good. That's something important too. That's an important document. Well, harmful. All right. So I talked about the the failure to keep a transcript for the trials, and um, I don't know what all we're doing is kind of poking around, looking into the activities of the city court, trying to figure out their motivations, and it's not looking good on their parts, and you wonder how widespread this is with other city courts. I never knew about needing to motion to request recording. I mean, it's one thing to request a motion to record, but then it's another to actually ask for the recording after the after the hearing or the trial too. There's you have to ask for everything. I think as a lawyer, as a lawyers cannot take anything for granted. They have to so they have cannot take anything for granted. Yeah. So they have to know what's going on exactly, what's supposed to happen properly and stuff. And they have to even ask for the the clerk to record your trial. So but that's in Louisiana. Is it? I mean, is it assumed in other states? Louisiana's pretty far behind on judicial process, and I think they're stunting themselves a lot. So this system it's I mean denying a lot of records. I've been denied police records. I've been denied the police policies, uh, or at least the police policies they gave. They erased half the manual, half the package. They don't give police records at all. They erase just one thing after another. They erase. They really minimize using the English language much. They don't really have a very like a very detailed system. They keep things broad and general so that they can hallucinate a lot of things, or claim stupidity, saying I don't know what's going on. So yeah, they don't care. All right, there's yeah, it's about the community needs to show more caring. I think the court is a reflection of the community, so they have issues with just wanting to avoid writing things down, recording things, and I mean there's states just as far south as Louisiana, some even further, that are doing a much well. I I assume I don't know actually. I don't know who's doing a better job at recording. Is Texas doing a better job at recording? Um, California, um, you know, Mississippi or Florida. Uh, so there's there's a lack of recording in Louisiana, and with my case, and I'll just say that I nearly had a similar situation happen in Polo, Illinois, where the librarians were accusing me of casing the library pretty much, and this cop, he didn't push the issue. I see that the cops. I try to look into the cops that arrested me. I see that Miller is doing something else. Uh, he left his job a month after my trial, but he's still on the government payroll. I'm sure that everybody else is too. They just keep him on the payroll, ready for my next trial. But this is a weird situation. How do you, if you wanted to make arguments about Judge Owsley denying lawyers? I mean, it's clear that he's not fully advising. We didn't fully go over my right to a lawyer, and he didn't fully go over the two after me, and then the other two are just unknown. So I don't know how you present that argument. That sounds like more of an argument to bring on a different level. Is it? It should be an argument packaged together though. Judge Owsley is denying court recordings, is denying transcripts, and denying lawyers. It comes down to the umbrella of the constitutional rights. Okay, he's he's and it's more than just denying lawyers. It's under the constitutional umbrella of denying recordings that so that you can possibly appeal your case, and then denying lawyers on top of that. It's just a whole host of denials that that handicap your appeal process. Like he's totally uh, and nobody none of those other guys seem to have raised any any protests against his actions. They just sort of accepted his rulings. So how do you? I mean, maybe they don't know much about social media. Does social media help with trying to remedy these these um, these shortcomings in justice? Because I mean, Judge Owsley he's no even-handed person in any way, uh, and he city court is not even uh, like that essential. City court's not essential. City court can be disbanded. It has been in other states, especially if the city's small enough. City courts are not essential. So it's not about I don't think it's about looking forward to the next election to try to get Judge Owsley voted out. I think it's more about just disbanding the city court for gross incompetence, for just a widespread um, denial of constitutional rights, and then have all the cases sent over to the district courts. I think it's more just shut it down. There needs to be more of a movement of shutting down the city court and having it put on a hiatus for a while and investigated, and then later brought up. Maybe have a temporary city court brought in some way. But yeah, Judge Owsley's is causing a lot of issues for homes, for people in the community. Why they accept it, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of something that these people seem to be happily accepting. The corruption in the police force and in the city courts, throwing people in jail for dumb reasons, and then finding people guilty, and then forgetting about people in jail, forgetting about people in the courts, forgetting about people in jail. And you can pretty much, you can bet that the police are also forgetting people in their various ways too. They want people to not be aware of what they're doing. They want things. They want this. What do they call it? Selective memory. This whole city is selecting what you're to be aware of. Selective awareness. The city is strongly pushing you towards awareness of some things over others. They don't want you to be aware of a lot of the crucial aspects of what they're doing. And it's really strong there. I mean, yeah, Louisiana's known for being very corrupt. It's a real terrible place, the way they conduct themselves, but it's further exacerbated by the community too. Does your lawyer have interest in a final outcome? Well, I don't know what my lawyer can conclude and bring forth as arguments. He's got two transcripts. He's got my case. We're looking at 5 cases in all, and we're missing 2 cases. And I don't think he should be ignoring the fact that he's missing 2 cases. He's got to bring that as part of his arguments about denial of a lawyer. It's probably pretty fundamental that a defense lawyer would request recording of a trial. All right, it's probably a fundamental request, so much that a judge just should assume that the defense is going to want to record it. Of course, the prosecutor doesn't want it recorded. The prosecutor will argue that you have to ask, and the prosecutor's probably never going to ask for a recording. So that's something where Judge Owsley is siding with the prosecution's side, because it favors the prosecution to not record a trial. So Judge Owsley, yeah, he turned it into a kangaroo court for sure, by just not recording and having no record of trials. So can these guys like later appeal even after their 30-day window? I mean, maybe not for an immediate remedy, since the situation is over with. But what about later, when we want to do some research about this, about the conduct of Judge Owsley? the lack of recording really should raise some red flags. What do the higher courts think of not recording? What if Judge Owsley didn't record anything? You know, what if these city courts just as a standard practice don't record? We, and then still throw people in jail for trying to record themselves. All right, they don't. The city courts refuse to record, and then throw people in jail for trying to record, and um, it's a disaster. To not have an accurate record. I mean, in writing, you could read the transcripts and in writing and get an idea of what happens, but if you could listen to the audio on top of that to actually hear the arguments and what's going on in the court, that gives another depth to what happens, because it's harder for Shenita to change the wording in an audio recording over what she's transcribing. She can choose certain words to make the prosecutor look better, or even make the defendant look worse. Because if Judge Owsley is siding with the prosecutor so much, I think he's representing the court. So he's also bringing the whole court to the side of the prosecutor. The whole court, the clerks, everybody involved, the judge, the clerks, and the prosecutor Benjamin. He's bringing the stack against the defendants, not just on the bench. He's the ultimate decider, but he's bringing the stack as a whole, the whole court against you, to get you thrown in jail, to make you pay money and a fine. So it's a really difficult situation, and it's difficult because the Third Circuit, I don't think it's the Fifth, the Third Circuit Court of Appeals also kind of sides with Owsley as well, and they clearly couldn't ignore that Owsley denied me a lawyer, but they still think I'm kind of guilty in a way too, so I have to go to state Supreme Court, and that's. How long have I been waiting at the state Supreme Court now? I know I got that information. I've been waiting. My case has been on the Supreme Court. No, count up then. For 8 months and 3 weeks and 2 days. So, yeah. The writ was submitted to the Supreme Court. Writ submitted to state Supreme Court. 8 months, 2 weeks, or wait, 3 weeks? 3 weeks and 2 days. Yeah, that's right. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, 2 days. So almost 9 months now. My case has been sitting on the state Supreme Court's docket. What are they doing down there? Where am I in the line? I haven't looked into it. It's hard to say. Do they pick out of the line? Do some cases move ahead of others at times, or do they keep it all in an orderly flow? It's hard to say. I forget how long I sat in the appeals court process. That was over 6 months at least. So, yeah, I guess that's all I have to present. I don't really have anything else to say. Just playing around with this. I got this GoPro 12, and I want to get the Lens Mod 2. Actually, I'm actually able to use this lens mod. Let's see, does it go here? I was actually able to use the lens mod, but I just kind of blew things up. I didn't even take it off. It just got this circle around it, but I can blow it up. And then it's got pretty good detail. Got the window. This isn't a fully soundproof room, so yeah. So all right, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop this and just kind of listen and watch and see what happens next.